Good evening, viewer. Welcome to our Glory Globe TV. Yes, inside a lab, scientists marvel at a strange state that forms when they cool down atoms to nearly absolute zero. Meanwhile, just outside their window, trees are absorbing sunlight and converting it into new leaves. These two scenarios may seem entirely unrelated, but a recent study from the University of Chicago proposes that these processes are not as distinct as they might appear on the surface. Published in the journal PRX Energy, the study established connections at the atomic level between the process of photosynthesis and excitation condenses a strange state of physics that allows energy to flow frictionlessly through a material, according to the authors. This discovery is not only fascinating from a scientific perspective, but it may also offer new perspectives for electronics design. As far as you know, these areas have never been connected before, so we found this very compelling and exciting. The study co-author Professor David Mazutis wrote. Mazutis' lab specializes in modeling and complicated interactions of atoms and molecules as they display interesting properties. There is no way to see these interactions with the naked eye. So computer modeling can give scientists a window into why the behavior happens and can also provide a foundation for designing future technology. In particular, Majority and study co-authors Anna Scouton and Leanne Sugar-Smith have been modeling what happens at the molecular level when photosynthesis occurs. When a photon from the sun strikes a leaf, it sparks a change in a specially designed molecule. The energy knocks loose an electron. The electron and the hole where it once was can now travel around the leaf, carrying the energy of the sun to another area where it triggers a chemical reaction to make sugars for the plant. Together, that traveling electron and hole pair is referred to as an excitation. When the team took a bird's eye view and modeled how multiply excitation moved around, they noticed something odd. They saw patterns in the paths of the excitation that looked remarkably familiar. In fact, it looked very much like the behavior in a material that is known as a Bose-Einstein condenser, sometimes known as the fifth state of matter. In this material, excitation can link up into the same quantum state, kind of like a set of bells all ringing perfectly in tune. This allows energy to move around the material with zero friction. These sorts of strange behaviors intrigue scientists because they can be the seeds for remarkable technology. For example, a similar state called superconductivity is the basis for MRI machines. According to the models created by Scouton, Sugar-Smith and Mazziotti, the excitation in a leaf can sometimes link up in ways similar to exciton condensed behavior. This was a huge surprise. Exciton condensates have only been seen when the material is cooled down significantly below room temperature. It had be kind of like seeing the ice cubes forming in a cup of hot coffee. Photosynthetic light harvesting is taking place in a system that is at room temperature, and what's more, structure is disordered, very unlike the pristine crystallized material and cold temperature that you use to make exciton condensates, explained Scouton. This effect is not total, it is more akin to islands of condensed forming, the scientists said, but that's still enough to enhance energy transfer in the system, said Sugar-Smith. In fact, their model suggests it can as much as double the efficiency. This opens up some new possibilities for generating synthetic material for future technology. Majuti said, A perfect ideal exciton condensate is sensitive and requires a lot of special condition, but for realistic applications, it is exciting to see something that boosts efficiency but can happen in ambient condition. Beyond the Seaport, Glory Globe TV, Delhi, India.